Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Bart Gumry. I'm from Eastside Prep. And as one of the members of the Seattle Area Independent Schools, I want to welcome you to this session of our college fair. I hope you'll enjoy it. And with that, we will turn it over to our first college presenter.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. We have a couple of quick housekeeping notes before we jump into our first presentation. My name is Daisha. I'm going to be your presenter for today's session. I have a couple of housekeeping notes. First is that your camera and your microphone are off, so your panelists will not be able to see or hear you during today's session. So I encourage you to use the Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type any questions you have for our presenters, and they will be able to respond to you throughout today's event. Today's session is going to be recorded, and all of the recordings from today's events are going to be available at strivescan.com/SAIS. So now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, Gettysburg College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katie. I'm an admissions counselor from Gettysburg College, and as everyone has said so far, thank you so much for joining us tonight. So Gettysburg College is a national liberal arts college located in the historic town of Gettysburg College, right in South Central Pennsylvania. We are really close to some metropolitan hubs on the East Coast, one of them being Baltimore. We're about an hour away, which is great for direct flights right into Baltimore. We have about 6 times a day, a transit system will pick students up right from the airport, direct flights right from Seattle. So no need to worry about getting to us. We also are really close, about less than an hour and a half from Washington, D.C. It's a great place to get internship, job opportunities. A lot of our alumni are located there as well, which means we have lots of connections after graduating, which we all know you have a long time until you get there, but it's always good to ask and see what's around. We have about 2,600 students from about 40 states and 40 countries. So we have a nice diverse group of students coming from lots of different areas, especially the West Coast students, so no need to worry. But it really brings in a nice multicultural engagement and lots around Gettysburg as a whole. One of those things that Gettysburg students really want to be engaged in is community service. Not just around Gettysburg College, but also in Adams County, which is where we're located in Pennsylvania. That also means that lots of students stay on campus. About 90% of students live on campus all 4 years. So really get entrenched in the clubs and organizations that students run, which we have about 120 of them. So students really like to get involved in those things to stay on campus. One of my favorite things in this slide is the last picture at the bottom. Everyone wearing the blue shirts. It's called the first year walk during orientation. One of the many traditions that Gettysburg students have, especially within their first year here. It's the same walk that Abraham Lincoln took to give the Gettysburg Address. So students will take that trek. It's about a mile from campus to the cemetery. And someone will give the Gettysburg Address, then give it a modern twist. But it's a great impact for students to see what they can do in the 4 years that they're at Gettysburg and after when they leave. Speaking of the students, so we have about a 9-to-1 student faculty ratio here at Gettysburg, which means you will really get to know your faculty. You're going to know what they like to do, their hobbies, their interests outside of the classroom as well as inside. Also means that since we're all undergraduate, about 50% of students will do any kind of research while they're here. All the things that professors need to get done, writing papers, getting published, running labs, is all given to you guys because you're the only students available for those professors to work with. Also means we have a pretty small average class size, around 17 students. You're going to know the students in your class. You're going to be able to get lunch and dinner with them. You're going to join clubs and organizations and really build a community that really makes it special at Gettysburg. Lots of students also study abroad. So about 60% of students will study abroad for at least 1 semester at Gettysburg. So that doesn't count the students that go over breaks. We really like to make sure that students have an entire experience for the semester that they are abroad. That also means they continue to do any of the 65 majors, minors, or programs that they're involved in. About 20% of our graduating class in 2021 was a double major. So we have lots of students that are interested in cross-curricular things here at Gettysburg. 2 of my other favorite things at Gettysburg, 2 of them listed on here, are distinctive programs. One being the Eisenhower Institute, gives students the worldview of public policy. We have, as I spoke about, being close to Washington, D.C., we have an office right in Washington, 2 blocks from the White House. It's about a 5-minute walk. And this program is given to us by Susan Eisenhower, President Eisenhower's granddaughter. And the program has a big impact on students' lives here at Gettysburg that they can start as soon as their first year. And there's no additional fees to join the Institute. We also have a Sunderman Conservatory of Music at Gettysburg, and it is a conservatory education entrenched in the liberal arts, which is very unique. But anyone can join, whether you audition to be a major or minor, or you're in the marching band. We're the only school in our conference, the Centennial Conference, to have a marching band. So it's really great when we have home games for football season. It's really great to see the students come out. But about 1 in 7 students are involved in music in some way at Gettysburg, which is really great. We also have started some new academic programs at Gettysburg. So we now have a business and organizational management studies major, a data science minor, an international and global studies major, and we have a new director of our Eisenhower Institute. Her name is Tracy Potts. She's an NBC News correspondent before she will join us in October. And she will be one of the first women to run the Institute and the first person of color to run our Institute. So we're very excited. And with that Institute, we also have a $40,000 Eisenhower Scholarship for civic engagement. So if you're engaged in your school community, your community around you, really want students to apply for that. We also have a 98% rate of our alumni that are fully in a job or in grad school, and really take hold of that number of 98%. Even through the pandemic, our 2020 classes still continue to do that. And with that, about 80% of students will complete at least one internship. So having that alumni network in those near close metropolitan cities is really great for our students. One of the great things also in this photo is a graduation. You can see here that the students are wearing a blue stole. And the blue stole of gratitude is given to someone that has made a huge impact in your life while you're at Gettysburg for the 4 years. And it's really great to be able to give that as soon as you graduate. So how do you apply? How do you get to us? We're a Common App only school, and we really want to look at you holistically. That means that we're looking at every part of your application. We want to get to know you as a student, but also as a person. You're going to be at Gettysburg for 4 years. We want to make sure that we have something here to support you while you're doing that. So we want your transcripts, your activities, jobs, anything you've been doing in high school, recommendation letters. We only need the one personal statement. We don't require any other essays. We also are test optional and have been for about 15 years. So we're very prepared to read an application with or without those test scores because we completely understand. We also look at engagement. So coming to these events, coming to virtual panels, coming to visit, all of that really matters in the long run. We do not require an interview, but it is great, especially for our West Coast and Seattle students that are coming from a little further away. We also have those virtually as well, and I'll put some links in the chat later on. We also are early decision 1 and 2, November 15th, January 15th, and regular decision. I'd love to continue the conversation with you. There's so much more to learn about Gettysburg College. So I'm going to link my info in the box, in the chat box, as well as some other things, but please talk to me if you want to get to know Gettysburg anymore.
Thank you, Gettysburg College. The next institution presenting is Southern Oregon University.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen share going. All right, so hopefully y'all can see that. But my name is Courtney Weaver, and I'm an admissions counselor at Southern Oregon University. I'm excited to chat with y'all today about our institution and all the wonderful things that we have to offer at SOU. So just to give you some kind of breakdown of some numbers and some information about SOU, Southern Oregon University is a 4-year public liberal arts institution. Right now, our total enrollment is right around 4,900 students. So you could say we're a small to mid-size institution. Our student to faculty ratio is currently 19:1. And so what that means is that you're going to have small class sizes at SOU. You're really going to get to know your faculty. All of our classes at SOU are taught by faculty. We do not have grad assistants or teaching assistants teaching courses at SOU. So you're really going to get to build relationships with your professors, which is fantastic. We have a beautiful 175-acre campus that's sprawled out in the hillside in Ashland. And so really our campus looks like a park, to be completely honest. So there's lots of trees and flowers and plants, and it's absolutely beautiful no matter the season. And then as far as our average admitted GPA, you're looking at about a 3.3, and I can talk about that a little bit more here in a minute. But our majors, we offer over 40 majors with 100+ areas of study. We have 4 residence halls and apartments and family housings for our students to live on our campus. And then as far as athletics are concerned, we have 13 NAIA varsity men's and women's athletic teams. And those include football and soccer and track and cross country and volleyball and softball. And actually our women's softball team was actually national champs this past year. So go Raiders. And then as far as clubs and organizations are concerned, we have over 100 clubs and organizations for our students to choose from. Lots of academic and social clubs, amazing clubs for cool things like we have a feminist fight club, a film club, acting club. So lots of great Black Student Union, Latino Student Union, lots of great organizations for our students to take advantage of. And then as far as location, just to give folks a little bit of an idea, if you don't know quite where we're at, we are located in Ashland, Oregon. And so Ashland is kind of a smaller town. We have approximately 25,000 residents in Ashland, but we're part of the larger Rogue Valley area, which is actually the 4th largest metro area in Oregon. So we have over 215,000 folks in the area total. And as you can see on the map there, we're the little star right above the California border. So we're very far to the south in Oregon, but if you've heard of Ashland or if you visited Ashland, it might be for the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. That's kind of what we're well known for. That's a 9-month long festival that takes place in Ashland every year. There's lots of Shakespeare and other plays that take place in our little town, which is awesome. And as you can see on the map there too, you can see Medford has an international airport, which is just 15 minutes away from Ashland. So if you're looking to fly anywhere on the West Coast, you can get there from our international airport in Medford, which is just 15 minutes away. And then to give you a frame, 4.5 hours to get to either Portland or Sacramento. So that kind of tells you where we're at. And then as far as Ashland and the Rogue Valley are concerned, there's lots to do when it comes to being outdoors. You can go hiking, biking, camping, skiing, fishing. You can do all of that plus a lot more either on our campus or just steps away from our campus. We love the outdoors here in Ashland and in the Rogue Valley. So just lots to do when it comes to our area. And then climate-wise, folks are always wondering kind of where we're at, if we're as rainy as Portland or things like that. So we actually have a summer high of 83, winter high of 50, and we typically only get 22 inches of rain or less, and Portland gets twice that much. So it's not going to be nearly as rainy as the Portland area. And the picture there I absolutely love because you can see Mount Ashland, which is just right above our campus, and that's where our folks go when they want to go skiing and snowboarding in the winter. We actually have what's called the snow bus, which takes our students up there in the winter, which is really cool. And then as far as programs are concerned, like I said, we have over 40 majors. Some of the most popular ones include business, communication, digital cinema. We also have a fantastic education studies program where you can get your licensure. Our nursing program, we partner with OHSU, so Oregon Health and Science University to put on. And then of course our theater program is super well known because we have such a great relationship with the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. But of course, I'm happy to answer any questions about any of our programs if y'all want to throw them in the chat. As far as residence halls are concerned, we have, like I said, 4 residence halls, but then also student apartments and family housing. Shasta and McLaughlin that are in the top little video there, that's where all of our first year students will live their first year on campus. We do have a first year live on requirement. And then we also have a brand new dining hall facility plus lots of cafes and shops on our campus that students can take advantage of. And our recreation center was just built within the last 5 years. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see some photos now, the last 2 bottom photos. But we have a 44-foot rock wall. We have a brand new track, indoor track, basketball courts. There's over 75 great brand new weightlifting machines. So lots of things for students to take advantage of. And then as far as costs are concerned, we are a WUI school. So WUI is automatic for all students coming from Washington. So it's not anything that you have to apply for. You'll automatically receive that. And the cost there is that you see the 15,000 figure is for a full year of tuition and fees at SOU. And then on top of that, we have lots of opportunities for scholarships. You can get merit scholarships, honors college scholarships, different departmental or athletic scholarships. And actually our average financial aid award is $14,000. And then just to wrap up, if you're looking to apply to SOU, our priority date is February 1st. So you can go to apply.sou.edu to submit your application. We are test optional, so you don't have to have a test score. And like I said before, WUI is automatic. We have lots of other scholarships. Our main scholarship deadline is February 15th. You can also check out our virtual tour on our website or check out a virtual presentation or snap a picture of that QR code there if you're looking for more information on SOU. And then of course, my information's on the bottom there as well, but I will also include that in the chat so you can copy that. But thank you so much. And please let me know if you have any questions about Southern Oregon.
Thank you, Southern Oregon. Our next institution is the University of Richmond.
Thank you so much. Just getting set up here. Here we go. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Amanda Gerhardt. I am Senior Assistant Director of Admission at the University of Richmond in Richmond, Virginia. The University of Richmond is a highly selective private liberal arts and sciences college. I'll be very happy to tell you a little bit more about our location. While we are located in Richmond, Virginia, which is Virginia's capital city, we are located about 6 miles outside of downtown. So located in a very green, beautiful, open part of the city of Richmond, very safe and comfortable for our students to enjoy. We're also about 2 hours south of Washington, D.C. So that helps you position us a little bit more clearly on the East Coast. And our students are by no means in a bubble on our campus and absolutely enjoy all of the culture and vibrancy that the city of Richmond has to offer. We are home to over 900 restaurants. Richmond is a huge foodie city. We are also a river city. So we have the James River, which runs right through downtown for students to enjoy things like kayaking, whitewater rafting, or just some general natural beauty around the city itself. We like to think of ourselves as a big, small school, 3,200 students on our campus. And as a liberal arts and sciences college, our community is highly, highly residential. So 90% of our students are living on campus all 4 years. And this is entirely by choice. So our students are not required to live on campus, but they are choosing to make Richmond their home. They want to be close to their peers, to their classes, to the dining hall. Perhaps most importantly, we have really excellent food on our campus. And so students are finding that they are building this sense of community very quickly at the University of Richmond. Our classroom environment is small with an 8-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of only 16 students. So we want to create a discussion-driven learning environment where you have a voice in the classroom and you have the opportunity to learn not just from your faculty, but from your peers as well. At the University of Richmond, we do meet 100% of demonstrated need for all admitted students and are need blind. So your financial to our admission decision. In addition to need-based financial aid, we also offer merit scholarships. They range from 1/3 tuition to full tuition, room and board. And all you have to do is apply before December 1 of your senior year for automatic consideration. Our academic programs are housed within 3 different schools. All of these schools are housed within one shared campus. Our School of Arts and Sciences is going to be looked at as a traditional liberal arts model with some of our more popular majors like biology, global studies, and psychology. But business administration and our School of Business is actually our most popular major. The opportunity to take these intro business classes in such a small setting. In fact, a location to Richmond, which is home to 7 Fortune 500 companies, makes business very, very popular for our students. Thirdly is our leadership studies program. It was the first of its kind in the country, highly multidisciplinary program that teaches our students not just how to lead effectively, but how to lead ethically across every field and industry imaginable. There's so much flexibility within our curriculum for our students to double major and mix and match, and we absolutely encourage them to do so. But we know that the learning doesn't end in the classroom. We want our students to get out and have hands-on experiential learning. We are so committed to these opportunities that we offer a program called the Richmond Guarantee. The Richmond Guarantee is a promise that every single student will receive up to $4,000 at least once to fund a summer research or internship opportunity. So this means no such thing as an unpaid internship, because if a company or an organization won't pay you, we're going to pay you instead. We wanted to say yes to every great opportunity to expand the mastery of your material, build your resume, and build your network without any financial limitations. All in all, our students are extremely well supported when it is time for them to leave the University of Richmond and go on and enter their field. They had a beautiful time doing it. We were very happy to be voted #1 most beautiful college campus by the Princeton Review. And we're also top ranked for internships and career services. And it's for this reason that 96% of our students are furthering their education or have found a job within 6 months of graduation. That's a little overview of the University of Richmond. I hope you take the time to explore our virtual visit opportunities, our virtual tour as well. And I'm always happy to be a resource as I work with all of our students throughout the state of Washington. I will share my information in the chat. It's also accessible on our website. And with that, I'll be happy to turn it over to my next colleague.
Thank you, University of Richmond. Our next institution is Seattle University.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. My name is Julian Franco. My pronouns are he, him, and I serve as the Associate Director of Admissions over at Seattle University, the local option in this space today. In the next 5 minutes or so, I'll give you an overview of our university and also the application process. First, to kick it off, right, our location, many of you are probably familiar with our campus or our area in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, but we were founded in 1891 as a Catholic Jesuit institution, one of 27 in the United States. A Jesuit institution meaning that education and the experience at Seattle U is not just a transaction for a degree. We want you to grow in mind, body, and spirit, and really commit to social justice through whatever academic or extracurricular endeavors you kind of invest in while you're on campus. We're a fairly large private liberal arts school with 7,200 students about on our campus, but 4,700 of those are undergraduate students. The other students there are in our graduate programs or at our law school. And specifically looking at our academic programs on the next slide, we have 65 degree options for all of you. But specifically looking at our location, what I love is we are 4 blocks in Capitol Hill, no driving roads within it. So we are a tight-knit campus in an incredibly urban location. So it's a great way to really conquer the big city and feel like you still have a really great community to touch base with throughout your 4 years. Looking at our academics, as I said, we have 65 majors to choose from. 100% of our classes are taught by faculty in a really intimate classroom setting as well, with 18 being our average class size and 11:1 student to faculty ratio. Within the admissions process, we are a direct entry school. So that means when you're applying to Seattle University and if you're admitted, we'll let you know if you're admitted directly into the academic program that you're hoping to go into. We have a robust core curriculum right to the heart of being a liberal arts school. And we also have 3 tracks within our university honors program. For those of you that might have an interest in pursuing something academic beyond Seattle University, we have a great pre-professional advising network for those that want to go off to medical school, law school, etc. And really unique to the West Coast, we have a formal pre-major advising program, meaning that we really own the fact that some students potentially might be unsure what they want to pursue as an academic major, or might be leaning in certain directions, but maybe need specific assistance and support to really discern and figure that out. So within our pre-major programs, there's great advising opportunities, speakers, retreats, etc., to really help you narrow down and focus what you want to do. Listed to the right are some of our popular majors: nursing, criminal justice, computer science, psychology, biology, and economics. Now let's look at life as a Red Hawk, right? A thriving campus. Actually, move-in weekend is right now. It's super fun following it. If you want to see what's happening right now at Seattle U is our Instagram page, a really active story right now going on. So you can see what that experience is like. Looking at student clubs, we have over 100 to choose from. Over 25 of them are cultural and identity based. We also have athletics on campus, various academic honor societies, and then, of course, being in the Pacific Northwest, as you all know in this space, outdoor recreation is huge for us, all throughout the 4 seasons, right? So lots of opportunities to try skiing, snowboarding, right? Hikes, etc., rock climbing, all the options for you. We are a Division I school with 19 varsity athletics. Please connect with coaches if you're interested in that. But if you're like me, that is not athletically inclined to be Division I, right? Through that holistic education of mind, body, spirit, health is also important. So there's various levels of activity too, like intramurals and club sports. And then some of our campus traditions are fall ball, quad stock, which is a concert in the center of campus, and also one that students love to talk about is de-stress with dogs, which we bring in dogs to campus, and also all the staff and faculty, which I love to bring in my dog for de-stress. Looking at the application process, we are also on the common application. So within that, we have 2 different additional short supplements. They're fun, really, honestly, have fun with those short supplements, just so we can get to know you a bit more. We are a test optional school. We'll take your official high school transcripts. We require 2 letters of recommendation, one from a teacher, one from a counselor, and then English proficiency if that's applicable. If Seattle U is a not quite yet school, maybe you want to transfer to us, we outline those transfer application requirements right below there too. We pride ourselves in being a holistic review school, right? It's very much so on par with our mission that you are not just pieces of documents and numbers and words, right? You are a person with a narrative and anecdotes. So we really really focus and invest in a really robust holistic review process. Our first year application dates are early action is November 15th, and then regular decision is January 15th. Next up, looking at financial aid and kind of the overall cost of attendance. Tuition is about $49,000, and if you're living on campus, which is required for the first 2 years, unless you live within 25 miles of Seattle U, then you can opt to commute from home. The estimated total cost of attendance is about $67,000, but we proudly share that just about 92% of our students are receiving financial aid in some capacity, and our average financial aid package is about $32,000. Just by applying to Seattle University, you'll be considered for academic merit scholarships that range up to $25,000. I also highly suggest applying for the Sullivan Leadership Award. You do have to apply early action and with an additional application for that award, but that is a full tuition, full room and board scholarship. For our local students that signed up for the College Bound Scholarship in 7th or 8th grade, if you're still eligible for that award and have a 3.5 GPA or higher, you are promised a full tuition scholarship to our school as well. That's a non-competitive scholarship. So please talk with me, right? I want to make sure that your education journey also seems financially accessible, and that's also the right financial fit for you too. Here's my contact information, right? Please stay in touch. For most of you, I will be your admissions counselor, so I'm your new best friend at Seattle U. So please talk to me, right? I want to get to know you before I read your application. Thanks so much. I'm going to hand it back to our facilitator to introduce the next school.
Thank you, Seattle University. Our next institution is Trinity University.
All right. Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Juan Perez. I am an Associate Director of Admissions at Trinity University. I use he, him pronouns. And next 5 or so minutes, I'm hoping to give you some pretty unique aspects that you should know about Trinity, maybe some things that set us apart. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about who we are as an institution. Trinity is a small private liberal arts university, and as such, students enjoy the benefits of a liberal arts education, which are academic breadth and depth. Depth, because whatever you choose as a major, you're going to graduate being an expert in that area. And breadth, because through our curriculum, which we call Pathways, you're going to have the opportunity to explore a lot of different academic areas. And by the time that you graduate, you're going to be very well-rounded, which is important because the world is not just one discipline. So the more you know about a variety of different things, the better prepared you're going to be for life after graduation. And liberal arts curriculum also makes sure that by the time that you graduate, you have great communication skills, problem-solving skills, analytical skills, creativity skills, adaptability skills, and we believe that's really, really important regardless of what you do after you graduate. So that's a little bit of our educational philosophy. But we are a unique liberal arts university because we offer some pretty unique academic programs for a liberal arts school. For example, we have a AACSB accredited school of business. We are one of I think about 6 liberal arts schools in the country to offer this, along with our friends at Richmond here. We also offer an ABET accredited engineering program, communications, computer science, and education. And these programs tend to be a little bit more pre-professional and therefore not found at liberal arts universities. But at Trinity, we do offer them, and we don't do program-based admissions. So once you're a student at Trinity, you have open doors to major in anything you want. So even if you're not interested in these pre-professional programs whatsoever, you can take an investment class under the School of Business or a coding class under computer science. So you have complete academic freedom and flexibility. So that's one of the unique things about Trinity. We are a small university, 2,500 students, 9-to-1 student faculty ratio, no teaching assistants, no grad students, 100% of your classes are taught by professors, 97% of which hold a PhD or terminal degree in their field. Something else that's unique about Trinity is that we have a $1.3 billion endowment, which allows us to offer some pretty amazing opportunities to students that are hard to find, again, in a small liberal arts environment. We are able to pay students to do undergraduate research and internship. So you get paid $4,000 to do a 10-week internship or research. And because we are an undergraduate research university, every single student can start their research experience their freshman year. We have a lot of study abroad programs, and we encourage you to have experiential learning in these different ways. Other things that we're able to do with our endowment, we have a $7 million student managed fund, which is an investment class that students can basically play Wall Street with. $7 million of the university endowment. We offer over $50,000 every year to student startups. So those are just a couple of examples. We're also one of the most diverse liberal arts universities in the country. And I'm talking diversity in all senses of the word. Geographic diversity, we have students from pretty much everywhere in the US, 63 different countries. About 40% of our students are historically underrepresented. We have socioeconomic diversity, we have religious diversity, we have political diversity, and just in general, a lot of diversity of thought. And in a setting like Trinity's, where you have small class, a lot of discussion, this is really, really evident, and it's one of the things that enhances your education. The last really unique thing about Trinity is our location. We are one of the few liberal arts universities in an urban area. We're located in the heart of San Antonio, just the 7th largest city in the US. We're not out in the outskirts, we're not near a city. We are about 3 miles north of downtown, and that comes with a lot of advantages. For example, you can do an internship during the semester. It's also great for entertainment. And this is just a snapshot of what our applicants look like. We are SAT, ACT optional. We are on the Common App. There's no application fee. We offer merit scholarships up to $30,000 per year. And you do not have to, there's no separate application. Thank you so much. I'm going to leave my email address in the comments. And if you want to know more about Trinity, let me know.
Thank you, Trinity University. I want to send a quick reminder, it's your last chance. Please enter any questions you have for our panelists in the Q&A function, and they'll be able to respond to you directly. Our final institution is Sacred Heart University.
Thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Sarah Kolaski. I'm the Regional Director of Admissions for Sacred Heart University. I'm actually based in Denver, Colorado. So should you have any questions down the line, or if you find Sacred Heart on your list, I will be your direct point of contact moving forward. To get started, Sacred Heart is a mid-sized Catholic university. We're just under 6,000 undergraduates on campus with a total population of about 9,000 with grad and part-time. We are on the train line to New York City, connecting to all major airports. It's really accessible area. I would say that Fairfield, Connecticut is probably the last commuter setting for families that do work in New York. We are in a quintessential New England college town. We're 20 minutes away from the water, tons of hiking, historical landmarks to explore. 2.5 hours to Boston. We're also located in the 3rd most concentrated area of Fortune 500 companies. So all of our majors require at least one internship to graduate. So all of those resources are readily available in our backyard. We're sort of a hybrid of liberal arts meets career education. So most students do come in undecided, but if you are looking for a combined or accelerated or direct entry opportunity, we do have 40+ graduate programs that students can consider. We're seeing about 40% of our student body come back to take advantage of these opportunities as well. Pending students' academic success, they could qualify for those assistantships, so essentially paying those master's years forward. or even starting classes in their junior and senior years. So we really are thinking about your 5 and 6 year plan when it comes to stuff like that. We are a Catholic institution, but we became independent shortly after our founding. We wanted to have autonomy with the curriculum and really let students dictate their relationship with the faith and their own spirituality. Our campus ministry is actually run by a priest, rabbi, and imam, so it's very much around dialogue versus doctrine, engaging in those intersectional conversations across faith and current events as we're seeing today. And of all the clubs and activities that we do have on campus, Habitat for Humanity is our largest student club. So I think it is a testament to students' involvement in community service. We have over 100 partnerships with different community service organizations, both at the local and global levels. We're in a really pivotal growth phase right now. We're one of the top 10 fastest growing Catholic universities in the country right now. As I mentioned, we are most notably known for health professions. Direct entry nursing is our #1 program. We are top in state, top 5 in New England for that, as well as our 6-year doctorate of physical therapy. We're one of few colleges to offer a 6-year track for that specific major. We also have occupational therapy, athletic training, physician assistant. We're also expanding in areas such as business, cybersecurity, criminal justice, game design, engineering, performing arts. So we are a tried and true liberal arts university. So really wanting to let students delve into the breadth of discipline, really expand, broadening their horizons, and essentially how to really emphasize that global citizenship down the line. It is a brand new campus since its founding. I mean, in the last 16 years, we've had in the last 8 years, we've had 16 new facilities introduced to campus. So new dining halls, new dormitories. We have our West Campus, which is the top middle photo, and that is our hub for our College of Business and Technology, really again expanding on our innovation and technological sciences. Couple things that are not featured on this page. We actually broke ground on a brand new ice hockey arena, which will be complete by the end of 2023, furthering our growth in our Division I programs as well as our club sports. We have a new music major. So in the top or the bottom right photo there, you can see that we also purchased a community theater. So we really wanted to expand performing arts for our students. We've had music as a minor since its founding at SHU, but really wanting to broaden across the board with composition theory, and also giving students the opportunity to have the undergraduate experience and connect it to what will be our new music therapy graduate program. So that's something that's also coming down the pipeline in the next couple of years. We also have a new women's wrestling program. It's Division I. We're one of 5 colleges in the country to have a head female coach for that program. So it's a really exciting time to be part of the SHU community. And finally, I just wanted to provide our application process. We are on the common application. We are test optional for all of our programs, including nursing. If you want to be considered for the College of Nursing, you must apply by December 15th. We just asked for the common application, an official transcript, and a letter of recommendation. If you have the opportunity to visit campus, if you're comfortable doing so, we are open for limited in-person visits. Otherwise, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. I would love to host an interview with my either rising seniors or current seniors. That's something that can help personalize the process for you. All students are automatically considered for merit scholarships in the process, and 93% of students receive some type of financial aid. So please do not hesitate to reach out with any questions. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you, Sacred Heart University. I would now like to invite all of our panelists to return to video and audio, as I have a question for you all. What is one myth you all would like to debunk about the college admissions process? And we can start with our first university, Gettysburg College.
Yes, I think that is a great question. And that one thing I'd like to debunk is that the process has to begin in junior year. I think that starting this process in your senior year is perfectly fine. And that's the reason all of us are here. We want to make sure that you have your direct contacts If you're in obviously you're from the Seattle area, I am your person, the West Coast representative at Gettysburg College, but starting your senior year is fine. And, you know, getting your foot in the door, taking time, especially we are living in a global pandemic. So we completely understand that you needed extra time in these past couple of years to really get it together. But at Gettysburg, we are here for you. Even if you're starting your senior year, we want to make sure that we have those contacts. So hit the links that I put in the chat and get connected if you need me.
I would say that I just like to debunk the idea that students have to have, you know, an amazing GPA and fantastic test scores in order to get admitted to, you know, any institution. I feel like a lot of students feel pressure in that area. And I heard a lot of my colleagues here say that they have holistic application review. We do as well at SOU. And so we're looking at you as a well-rounded individual. So we want to know more about you as a person, you know, what you're interested in, why you want to come to our institution, what you want to study, what you want to learn, how you want to grow as an individual at our institution. So definitely, you know, the test scores and the GPAs are great, but there's a lot more to it as well that we want our students to focus on, and we want them to share with us as well.
I want to debunk a myth specifically around optional sort of being interpreted as a secret, but if you apply with test scores, you're so much more advantaged in this process. You heard from some colleagues here today that they have been test optional for a very long time.
Okay, I think we lost Amanda. I've invited her to share the response.
And for those of us that have gone test optional as
I think I'm next, but I think I can connect what Amanda was saying and absolutely agree. Test optional means test optional, right? So you are not at a deficit or a disadvantage if you're applying without your test scores for admissions and for financial aid opportunities, especially for Washingtonians, right? It's been really hard to access those testing sites. So truly, test optional is test optional.
I will say that the myth that I'd like to debunk is that admissions counselors are not accessible or approachable, and that can be further from the truth. We are here to help this process hopefully be a little easier, less confusing. We know that there are different rules and deadlines and application requirements, but don't hesitate to reach out to us with anything that you might need, because our job is to help you.
Yeah, and to wrap it up, I think the one thing I would say, and I think we've kind of said a different vein of it, but we're humans, we're counselors first. Oftentimes you're going to have a direct admissions representative working with you throughout this process. So it is about building those relationships. It's about really asking those questions that are going to help you identify fit. So don't feel like that, and every school is different. There might be some cases where it will be a little bit less holistic and less involved, but start with us. Don't hesitate to reach out and utilize these resources, because that's what we're here for.
Awesome. Thank you all. We are running short on time, so I would like to return to screen share for just a moment. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Thank you to all of our panelists, and thank you to all of our attendees. We appreciate you joining us. When you close this window, there will be a very quick 5-question survey for you to fill out, and we'd appreciate it if you can give us any feedback that you'd like to share. You will be able to find the recording for today's session online at strivescan.com/SAIS. You will view the recordings for this session and any other sessions that took place today. Thank you for attending, and I hope you have a wonderful day.